out there. It's coming around. It's going to get close to it. Oh, what a ripper!
Hello and welcome to RUCC Radio and our second edition, also probably known by now as the RUCC podcast. We're still looking for a name for this RUCC Radio segment, so Horns Up FM is an example. Let us know your ideas. So there's a few things to discuss in this week's episode, even though it won't be a long one. So let's get into it. So whilst we are in the midst of the off season, still plenty going on around the RUCC traps. Quite a few of the youngsters are getting involved in football and soccer. And on the weekend, Blake and his Imperial side took on Luke Whitten and his Junior Maggie side. Plenty more things going on as well. Bryce and Mornay playing in the same side for the Alpine Eagles. And they're both doing quite well. This week we are going to discuss the idea of the new club logo, and we happen to have decided on a new one. Whilst it is not totally official, it hasn't gone through at board level yet, but we are going to show you in the coming days. Some other exciting news coming out of RUCC is that there will be a social committee this coming season. So if you'd like to jump on board and help out Damo, who's going to head this committee, that'd be greatly appreciated. There's some ideas flowing at the moment, like a trip away, as well as a few other ideas, like a family breakup. Alright, so the first segment today that we are going to go through is the new ideas that have been brought up for this year at RUCC. Here is the little intro before we hear some heroic ideas. So pretty catchy, hey? So the first idea that has been discussed this year that we really want to get out there is the idea by Damo to have a best and fairest count in all senior grades this season. This idea has been used before by Damo at a previous club that he's played at, we won't mention their names, and has become very successful. The idea is that after each game, the captain will go to the opposing captain and get a 3-2-1 vote. This presentation will be made at the end of the year at a separate day to the presentation for the whole club. Before we finish today's show, it's time for a SuperCoach League update. So far, this far into the season, after 8 games played, Horns Gusp leads the SuperCoach RUCC League. Second is Guns N' Rovers, which is coached by Jesse Levesque. Then the remaining top 8 contenders are the Sizzlers by Luke Whitten, Money Trees by Adrian Speziale, Gibbo's Army by Andy Gibson. So good to see things are really heating up in the SuperCoach comp, and it's pretty close at the top. So, before we leave you, we just need to remind you to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Rovers United CC. And if you don't have an account, why don't you make one? Thanks a lot for tuning in again for the second edition, and thanks for clicking through to You Commentate to listen to us. And until
Next time, RUCC.